Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome to a tips and tricks video from North Wales Side by Side. I've had numerous questions asked in other comments about how do you reset the tyre pressure monitor system. Well, there's only two scenarios where you need to reset the tyre pressure monitor system. One is if you've gone into the tyre shop and you've had two tyres fitted and they've put the wrong wheels on whichever axle. They don't normally make that mistake for most tyre houses, but it can happen if they're really busy. And the other scenario is if you've had new tyre pressure sensors fitted, where you need to ask the car to identify the sensor so it knows which axle it's on. So there's a menu hidden in the center screen for just that scenario, and it's accessed as every other one of the menus are on that center screen. On the buttons on the left hand side of the steering wheel, the left and right button, the up and down joggle switch, which is also your OK button. So I'm going to use the up and down toggle button to get to the correct menu initially. I'm in the energy monitor screen at the moment. That is my current tyre pressures, and that's accessed by pushing the right hand access button. So I'm going back to that. As you can see on the left hand side there, every time you toggle this center switch, it pops up on the left hand side with a different icon. Well, the icon you want is the one that looks like a gear wheel, that one. And it'll take you to the screen that says meter brightness. Now you need to navigate on this screen, and you can go either left or right. If you go right, you just have to navigate through all the other settings. If you go left, you'll get to the same setting that we need, and the one we need is the one with a picture of a car with an icon above it that looks like a gear wheel again, and it says vehicle settings. The instruction is here: hold OK for detailed settings. So on the button in the center there where it says OK, you just push it in and hold it, and it'll open up a sub menu, and the one we need to get to is TPWS setting. And again, you use the middle button, the one that goes up and down, and scroll down to TPWS setting, and once again you push OK to change the setting. So I'm going to push OK, and it opens up another menu. We've got three menus in here, but the one we're interested in tonight is identifying each wheel and position. Now, I'm not going to go any further than this, but I'm going to tell you what the system does. It's telling you what to do. Hold OK to identify the wheel. So once again, we'll come to the OK button, and what you'll do is push the OK button and it'll come up with a message on the centre screen here saying identifying each wheel and position, and we'll turn it off quickly. That's the tyre pressure warning light. And what that'll do, after pushing the OK button, it'll flash 3 times very, very quickly. Then it goes solid and stays on. Now the next bit's really important. You now need to drive the car between 20 and 25 miles an hour for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that should, if everything's worked okay, allow the car to identify the position of each tyre pressure monitor sensor in the wheel, and then start reading the tyre pressures again. Now, if that doesn't work and the light doesn't go out and it doesn't show you the tyre pressures, don't worry about it. That 15-minute drive at 20 to 25 miles an hour will have been enough for the computer to recognise the sensors. So, if you get to the scenario where the pressures haven't come up on the screen, find somewhere nice to park or go home, put the car on the drive, turn it off. Go inside, make a cup of coffee, come back out to it in about half an hour, which gives all the computers in the car time to shut down. Go back out to the car after half an hour, repower it up, and you'll get to the scenario where, after starting the car up as we're doing here, it's not reading the tyre pressures, which is what it always does when you first turn the car on. And if you leave it on that screen now, let's just start moving the car down the road. Within a couple of 100 yards, the tyre pressures will pop up on the monitor screen. There they go. It didn't take them very long to come back up. You've now identified all the wheel sensors in the correct position. Let me just park up. And the car now knows the position of every single wheel, and it's now also reading the pressures. It's that simple to do. Like I said, if it doesn't read the pressures on your 15-minute drive and come up with this display, so turn it off, have a brew, come back out to it half an hour later, repower it up, and you've just seen how quick it then read the sensor. That is how the system can work sometimes. Sometimes in that 15-minute drive, it will come up with the pressures, but it doesn't always do it, because somewhere on that drive you may have gone over 25, you may have gone under 20. It's a real critical setting, that. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. Park up, have a half-hour break with the car powered off, turn the car back on. It will have identified the sensors, and it will read the tyre pressure as you drive away. It can't be any simpler than that. Now, there is an alternative for doing it that way, but you do need access to, if I can find it, one of these machines, a scanner. This is how I do it. I do it with a scanner because it's easier and quicker for me to do it with a scanner. So if I was going to do it, on the scanner, I'll back out of everything because I've set everything up. I'll identify the car and I will do system select. I will click on chassis, then I'll click on tyre pressure monitor. That'll let me into the computer that controls the system. Then I would click special function. This is where, if you've put new sensors into your car, it's the quickest way to tell the computer which sensor is on which wheel. Because I would go ID register, tyre position right, and I'd write the new code number which is on every single tyre pressure monitor for individual wheels on the scanner and tell the computer where they are. Because I've got access for it with a scanner, that's my preferred method. But obviously not everybody's got one of them, and you have to do it the way Toyota tell you to do it in the handbook, which is through this system. I know for such a simple procedure, this is a long video. Thanks for watching the video. If you found it useful, please click like, please comment. If you've got any other questions, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for watching.